intense. It's like a 1 hour tutorial and takes like an hour. No, wait, did I just say that? It's an hour long tutorial and it tells you everything. Everything that is going on. How to farm, how to craft, picking stuff up, making beer, doing the thing, doing the that, doing the this. It's still in early access. Super handholdy. Yeah. And the guy that I watched play it bought it in early access when the game came out, like a year ago or a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know. And honestly, figured everything out. Was running his tavern fine, was crafting stuff, was farming, had fruit trees, and everything was. The game was figured out. And then now there is a hour-long tutorial because I think they kept getting players saying, I don't know what to do. Or I don't know how to do this. Because there's this tendency of hand-holding in games nowadays. And it made me realize just how much I do not want to do that. Like massively, I do not want to do that in my game. And I don't know how to parse that I like the little nudges if they need it. If they need it. But I don't know how the if they need it part works. How do you know they need it? What if they're just taking their time, I don't know. But the game looks great. They added all kinds of content to it, and they really did all kinds of things, and it's really neat. But they now handholdy all of the handholdies. I completed look what I added. The poking mini game, but now little leaves drop when you poke. Little leaves. And if you also just hang out, if we stand here for a bit, where is it that I stand if I do this? Here. When the wind happens, which happens when it happens, it does the same thing. The tree drops a couple of leaves. If wind wants to come by. And we notice there was wind, but it was too far away. Whatever. Yeah. Well, I can force the leaves to drop by doing the mini game. Even if I fail it, you still, why wouldn't it? But it also, when you poke it and you do it successfully, there's a chance that a stick drops. Unless it really doesn't want to, which is what I was thinking about now. How do I solve this problem? Poking the tree is clearly not. There should be a 50% chance of getting a stick. I don't know. Sometimes it's weird. Maybe I was blocking the... It worked earlier? Ah. Hey, we got some sap. Maybe I needed to miss. Whatever. Raid and run. Oh, but thank you so much for hanging out and raiding, and it's very cute of you. Thank you very much. Anyway, everybody, I'll try and show my game a bit more. You can harvest wood from trees with the mini game also. Hey. Boom, boom. And same with stones. And then you also can observe animals. We observed the bee. And then you can look at your compendium, and we've observed the bee. We've picked up items. We don't have any recipes in your map. And if you talk to the chicken down here, it unveils a bit of the map. And then there are NPCs you can talk to and do quests for. And little houses, and you can go in. This is their house. Farming plots that you can fix up. Squirrels and mice and sparrows and fibers and smelling. And if you have a vial equipped in your hand, you can gather the smell. Which I don't think there's even a recipe for vials at the moment. You can fix objects. And then research them. And if you have enough of them, you get the recipe. So here we can get the campfire. Three sticks. Whatever. Oops. And little quests. The one of these guys gave me a quest. I don't know who anymore. And you fix this area. We'll see who. This guy, apparently the king. And then at some point you can leave here. And you go to the village. You have a house. You can sleep. Oh, well, we'll sleep a bit longer for the villagers to wake up, I guess. There's some dudes. And you can get a... Apparently we can't talk to her when she's sitting. But the villagers give you quests to fix these things. And there's a mayor that's usually in here. There he's coming. There's a weird sculpture over here. There's the mayor, and we can... Let's go find what's her name again, Alice. Oh, Alice, where did you go? And so then we have a mission to fix her area, and if we go in here, we could fix it if we had that and money. And over here, you can sell stuff, and you can sell your whatever and get some money. And other people live over here. They have a cute little house. There's a maze over here. Ooh, dear Lord. That's being fixed by the guy that runs the maze at the moment. There he is. Hello. I should put some fixing sounds in there. We have music in the game. There you go. This is my game. With more to it than that. So thank you, Ebal. You can cook, and there's physics in the game. I didn't show you guys that we have physics. Oh, Jesus. Like I can't get up that, but I can jump up it. But to the point where, I don't know where I could show it. Well, back at the beginning, the easiest place. Start area. Right, I can't get up this, but if I jump on the rock, I can get up. There's like actual physics. So thanks for the follow, Kanki. And welcome. Everyone welcome. I'm in a weird mood today, but whatever. Oh, and we can, I'll show you this. You can decorate the world and then decorate the decoration. And you can also sometimes rotate things and choose a different variant of it. And smell. I already showed you guys smelling, but you can smell. Anyway, there you go. That's the game at the moment. Oh, so I showed you guys the physics because when you cook foods and you eat the foods, it can do things, help you, make you jump higher, run faster, run slower. be able to talk more to people, or I don't know, all kinds of things like that. Use less energy when you do things. Things. But at the moment, I was working on the player poking items with the poking stick. And the idea right now was, oh god, poke no, poking a tree while it has a chance of dropping something, and will always do the little animation of leaves falling. Um, you might not get something from the tree. And if you do get something at the moment, and if you do get something, it's going to be something that is that spawns daily, anyways. That the tree has a chance every morning to spawn an item, and by poking the tree, you have a chance to uh, force spawn one of those items at the base. So that's fine. I like that. But at that point, there's no real incentive to actually to actually poke something, because, well, you could also just wait and get the same thing out of it with a bit more time. But there's no reason to craft a poking stick to poke the thing and then go through the mini game. If Plus, there's only a chance that something will fall. Maybe nothing falls out of the tree. So I'm trying to think of a way of making it more enticing. And so maybe not have something drop every time. And maybe you poke this tree, you successfully complete the mini game, and there is a chance that this random thing happens. Something. Oh, and now that I put successfully poking and fail poking, maybe something in the fail poke can happen, like coming back to Stardew no, Animal Crossing. But when you shake the tree, no matter what, you shake the tree, and several things can happen on that first shake, and one of them being wasps come out and attack you. So the game is non-violent, so I'm not going to have wasps come out and attack you. But maybe when you fail, that just as the example, we're going to stick with the wasps. Maybe when you fail to poke the tree correctly, there's a chance for wasps to come out or something. And by doing it successfully, there will, no matter what, be that chance of getting a random item that would spawn normally anyway. But maybe I augment the chance on the first poke of the day to said item, to be able to spawn I don't know, a ball of silk. That could be kind of neat. Huh. ball of silk? Maybe you can get silk from the tree. I don't know if I need to limit how many times you can poke a specific thing either. Can you poke something indefinitely? I like the idea of a little ball of silk, though. Maybe I could have that like a third spawn point. Because there, what am I doing? I'm just accessing the spawn daily objects. Which it feels like that could happen every time, no matter what. But then I could have a third thing that is spawning, has a chance to spawn. From a different, maybe it has a chance to spawn an event. I would have it all in the tree, I guess. And you can get a ball of silk and it would drop smack in front of the tree. Maybe it just goes straight into your inventory. And if it can't, it drops on the floor. I know it seems like I don't know what I'm doing with my game. But the deal is that I actually don't. And I'm having a lot of fun, and that's the whole point of it. You poke a tree. Need to put music on, sorry. Oh, jeez. You guys aren't looking at the same thing I am. Music. I want all kinds of things to be able to happen, but I don't know how I would actually code it. Like, choose one of 4 things that could happen per day and then save whether a thing happened that day or not, and then reset it at the same time I reset everything. But I'm thinking like a bug that could fall out. And the bug falling out, it falls out and then runs and or flies away. And you have something like 5 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever to pull out your spyglass and observe it. Which then brings my brain to thinking I need maybe a better way of uh, quickly changing what item is equipped, which I have not thought about yet. It's right now it's very slow. You open your inventory, you equip the item. Do I give players a quick, what is it? Quick, there's a word for the thing. Like where you can either scroll through or press 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever. And you could assign an item to a button. God, I don't want to do that kind of thing. Just because it'll be a pain in the butt to try and code. Or not. It might be super easy. What do I know? It's usually how that goes. I think it's going to be horrible, and then I do it, and it takes like 10 minutes. Or the other thing where I think it's going to take 10 minutes, and I do it, and it takes a week and a half. Because plus, I hadn't thought about that. There's also no way of rearranging your. Well, I mean, there kind of is, which I never use. But you can sort your inventory by item type, but you can't put stuff where you want it. However, I do have it that equipment goes to the very, very front. And then everything else is sorted by whatever it is that I made it sort by. I can't remember right now. But it sorts it like that. God, my brain went everywhere in the past 10 minutes there. I went from what does a tree drop to how do I sort my fucking inventory. But it is kind of a whole thing in and of itself. Not in and of itself, but it's a whole thing. What items drop from a tree changes how you might want to interact with your inventory. It's a weird connection, but the connection is there. And the same goes for like I want when you interact, when you poke a rock on the ground with your stick, it nudges the rock, and maybe in the place of where the rock was after the rock has moved, there's a chance for something to be there. And that could be a little worm that you could observe to, I don't know, maybe a little gem or some type of, I don't know, a salt crystal or something. But the same idea reappears of, and so what spawns out of that spot might have an influence on how I want to interact with my inventory to be able to switch from the poking stick to the spyglass as fast as possible. And having 3 buttons to click compared to having just a scroll bar to scroll or something changes completely. seems like it would be pretty hard to kind of be able to manipulate. I mean, most games do it, but be able to grab one item in your inventory and place it in another slot. But so you would have to click the item, click and release the item, and it's now attached to your mouse. And then you move it and click and release. And if there is something there, put that other something in your hand. And if nothing is there, just put the item. Or click an item, it's attached to the mouse, you move it and you click on another item and it puts the item that's already there into the spot of where the other one was. And then and that way you don't have to because that's what Stardew Valley does. You click one object and then you click another and it moves it, but then you have that other object in your hand still. And so you at some point you have to put it into a blank spot, otherwise your hand is always full. Else, whatever. But that's only rearranging then your thing. And then what would it be to, how does one, what's the word? There's a fucking term for it. When you quick swap an item, an equipped item. I'm now using an axe and I'm now using a pickaxe. There's a quick, a word, there's a word for it. I know there's a word. Something or other. So maybe before I continue down that whole path, because that seems like a bad idea right now, I'm awfully distracted. Maybe I just try and make now large rocks pokeable, and they also just spit out the same. They spit out their little item that they might eventually spit out. I'll be right back. So I have a feeling that it hasn't said it in a while. Streamlabs should say it, but occasionally my OBS crashes, and I ask people to then put in this command to tell me that it's crashed. And that way I can deal with it. So if ever it crashes, please inform me in that way. That would be cool. Or don't, and and I'll not know. We're going to do a quick nope. Jesus. Almost fucked up. Be sharp. Pokeball item rock. Yes. Or well, yeah, rock. Rocks feel like they would also be an easy Pokeball. On daily objects, that's on it. Okay. Rocks should now be Pokeball and do the thing. That was easy enough. Huh? Without any of the other complications of what I want to do still. But that's that. And then now I want to try to do a Pokeball, small Pokeball gatherable, Pokeball something. Like the sticks and Pokeball rock. Drop a rock. I tell you, drop a rock. Hey, drop the rock. Want to see if it drops a second rock. It might not have a second thing, but I think it does. Okay, who do I know has 2 items that can drop? You. Clearly have 2. It's so hard to get 2 items. There it is. Okay. Well, I'm out of bounce. Don't have bounce. Oops. Help. Why? What's going on? It's warm. Did you see the poking game? We can now poke things with our stick. And oh, shit. That shakes the tree. And if things aren't there on the ground, it has a chance to make an item appear. Ah, come on, item appear. Just one of those normal daily items that would appear. Nothing special. And it has the exact amount of chance as every morning. So it's not a very big chance, but with as many trees as there are, in the morning it goes pretty quick. I thought it was at like 50%, but I mean, clearly not. I mean, you know, we would have gotten shit already. I don't know, maybe that one's broken. There, we got that stone. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. There, and a stick dropped. Okay, so now we have the 2 spawn points. But it's the exact same amount of chance as in the morning when daily objects are spawned. It's not a bug. It doesn't spawn there if there's a collider there. Right? I don't want a stone to spawn where a tree is, right? That was my idea. If it's a blade of grass, it'll replace the blade of grass, and then when you pick up the object, the blade of grass reappears. That's a thing, it's fine with grass. But I don't want a stick to, a stick. I don't want a stick to appear at the base of a tree if there's a rock there, right? I don't want an item there. Nothing should spawn there. So it's just getting a. If nothing is there or it's grass, you can spawn. But the problem with, like, for instance, this tree, it has in that tree when you might be poking the tree, this owl, which has this collider on it. So if something is in the tree, or basically anywhere else, I mean, it takes away a huge swath of potential item drop, you know? I hadn't thought of that. There are a lot more things that have colliders than just the trees and the rocks. I mean, this mouse has one. The birds have them. Squirrels have them. But because I also want them to be able to detect, oh, the player is kind of close. I need to run away. So they need well, maybe they don't need a collider. I could do the math distance. I mean, I could check distance. I'm on the screen with the player and I check the distance of the player, and depending on whatever distance I say, do a thing, and that way it's not a collider, and that way I get rid of the collider. We had a nice big rainstorm here last night, and it cooled off. It was above 30 yesterday, and it's like 23 right now. I have no idea what temperature it is. I just kind of said that. 23. It's exactly 23 degrees. But yesterday it was boiling. You want it? Yeah. It might be going there. I don't know. Where's it going? Where is it going? Oh, my little map doesn't reach you. What general direction is it going? It's going in your general direction. So something might reach. You're trying to figure out what to do today? Do you have options already, or you want to stream? Why don't you stream them? Streaming sounds like a good idea. It's already 27. Oh, God. You have to do the. Do you do the Windows stuff they do in southern parts of Europe? Close all your shutters during the day and close the windows, and then during the night, open everything up to try and cool down on the inside. And then as soon as the. You guys don't have shutters? Oh no. Well, that's how they deal with heat in southern Europe, in Italy and France, and open up everything at night and close everything in the day. But if you don't have shutters, closing everything in the day, it's just going to make it into a yeah. But even, I mean, as long as sun is coming in, it's going to turn your little apartment into a uh, sun house. What are those called? Where you can grow vegetables in the winter. What are those called? Greenhouse. It's going to be 32 today. Yeah. Yeah. No, plus with Europe's humidity, Europe is horribly humid. No one wants to admit it. I get it because everyone grew up with it, but I come from a very dry area in the world, and anything above that type of humidity just makes me hate life. I enjoy heat. I hate humidity. Humidity is the killer. Oh, the evasive rain cloud. Well, I guess here compare tag grass. What about these dudes? You have a tag of animal. Okay, or tag animal. Ah ha ha. Just that way it can spawn no matter what. So what was the thing I was looking at? Because maybe it's go. It wasn't the bees or paths. I think things shit should be able to spawn on a path. No, why wouldn't it? Path. The long term idea with the poking stick is that I will be able to at one point poke a bear. One day is fine. Does it usually not get above 30? Might go out and get some chicken milk tea. That's cute. I wouldn't mind chicken. But I want you to be able to poke a bear with a stick, which is a saying in the States. Don't go out and poke bears with sticks. I don't know how the saying goes anymore. Might be from a movie. I don't know what it's from, but most people know do not poke a bear with a stick. And I want there to be a bear in the game. And if you manage to poke the bear with a stick, it warns you once that you would better not poke him again, otherwise he will erase your save game. And if you poke him a second time, he erases your save and sends you to the main menu. And that save is lost forever. And then I was thinking maybe it should be slightly less harsh or more going up. The first time you poke it, it says, don't poke me again. The second time you poke it, it empties your inventory and saves the game. And you have now lost all of the stuff in your inventory. And equipment, I guess, and equipped items. And then if you do it a third time, it erases your save file. Well, you're poking it with a stick, though. So it's pretty fair if you ask me. But I really want to do something like that because it's stupid and kind of eye-opening of, oh, God. Exactly. How dare you poke me with a stick? But I love the idea. Lunibs came up with the idea like 2 years ago. And I always wanted to figure out a way of getting in an animal that you really want to interact with, and if you do, it just kicks you out. Who Lunibs? He's in the stream a lot. Install Braille. Wait, how would it? Yeah, it's like how would that work? There was years ago. There was a computer monitor that would be able. I don't know if they actually made it. Would be able to uh, put Braille on the screen by moving. Like physically displacing bits so that you could read text on a computer screen. Computers aren't real. Hello, Roiku. Are computers like birds? Birds aren't real. You only accept flat PCs. You're swimming in the internet. Oh, it didn't make a sound. Why isn't it making a sound? On the first poke. Why isn't it making a sound now? What the fuck? Dun, 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 dun. Where am I doing the sound? Oh no, I'm doing it in the animation. What happened? What? Oh, what happened to... Oh, no, got it. Sorry. Jesus. I don't understand where fail is, though. It might just be somewhere else, though. I don't know anymore. Raikou. Aha. No, it's okay. So this is already working like 1,000 times fucking better. Sat. Stick. Okay, no, yeah, so I stick. Basically now every time it will drop, but maybe not. Nothing dropped here. Oh, I don't know if a beehive is an animal. It is. Okay, no, we're good. Coloring can take a while. What kind of art are you making that it doesn't want shown? Straight up hentai. Okay. I could have guessed, I guess. Oh, it spawned a stick over there. That's weird. Sat. I don't know if the ball person is blocking it. Probably. Yeah. Okay, we can poke things. Almost guaranteed to get one of those items out of it. Like a 1 in 2 chance. Files now. I suddenly open a video editor cutting your VODs. Oh no. You want to do something with your VODs? Like poking the ball should make it move, right? And Where's the Gunther? Crystals. Item spawner Gunther crystal. Okay, got it. Yeah, so maybe I have a Pokeball Pokeball item. Pokeball item. I'll be right back. I could get if it's a valid spot, and if it isn't, disappear. Okay, got it. That seems like a good way of doing it. So it would be a Pokeball item. A Pokeball. Pokeball. Pokeball item.